You are listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'.
What is going down? What the fuck is going down? It is your boy, Studio MacGyver, and you are listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'. Welcome to the show. If you're new to the podcast, welcome. If you are into anime, if you are into nerd culture, and most importantly, if you're into video games, then you've come to the right place because we talk about all of that shit here. Today's episode, number 304. It's going to be a quick one. Don't have a lot to talk about, guys, this week, but I do have a few updates for you. And I do want to talk about my time with Wo Long Fallen Dynasty. I've been playing that and nothing but that this past weekend, and it has been glorious. I'm going to get into that in Two Shakes of the Lamb's Tail. But first, I want to give you guys a few updates on what's been going on. Not a lot, but there have been a few. One that I'm extremely excited to talk about is Final Fantasy 16. A bunch of, I guess you can say press, a bunch of influencers and everybody in between. A bunch of these guys got a chance to go down to Japan, sit down with the man and play a good portion of this game. And everybody pretty much has said that this is going to be an awesome experience. Everything that they've seen, everything that they've played, they've loved it. I saw a lot of the footage. They call it B-roll footage. It's footage that the company allows, all of the press and all of the influencers and stuff to use. So everybody has pretty much the same set footage of what they were playing. Now, they did get a chance to play themselves as well, but they weren't allowed to capture that. So they basically took some gameplay from certain instances in the game, and then they allowed the people to put together their own video. So you may see the same gameplay, but you may see it in different orders and different times and videos, and that's pretty much what that is. Okay, but it's just giving us a big glimpse into what is really going into this game. And I just have to say, from what I've saw, my confidence is in full effect. Okay, 110%. I'm ready for this, and this is the Final Fantasy game personally that I wanted. I wanted a dark. This is truly looking to be just that. So if you are into dark video games on the darker side, and if you're a Final Fantasy fan, then you're probably going to end up liking this. Okay, now, big conversation, the elephant in the room, everything that a lot of people have been talking about. And there have been some people who have looked at this in a negative way. Not a lot. I'd say maybe out of 10 people, let's just say one. Okay, 1 out of 10. Not even that. I think 1 out of maybe 50. Okay, you may get 40 from me. 1 out of 40 have said some things, because let's keep it real. A lot of fans of this Final Fantasy series are used to playing it a certain way. They're used to certain things, turn-based, and then you kind of slowly but surely see the Final Fantasy games kind of drift away from that. You got Final Fantasy 14. You got some of these other Final Fantasy games, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, which now opens up to not just turn-based, which you can play if you like that turn-based play style, but you can also play real-time combat, real-time action, and this game here, Final Fantasy 16, is just that. It's real-time action. They even pulled off a producer or producers. I can't remember how many, but I know one of the guys they did take, he did Devil May Cry. He worked on a lot of that stuff, and a lot of people kind of frowned down on that. Well, I'll say some people did, because they weren't used to, or they weren't accustomed to the Final Fantasy games playing in this fashion. You know, they want to keep it old school. A lot of people want to keep it turn-based, want to keep it slow, I guess you can call it that. But there's different flavors for everybody, and you know, the changing of the time and all of that, you're going to get different aspects. You're going to get different lenses. You're going to see things change and progress and all of that. Final Fantasy is going to, I think, be here for years to come. It's not going anywhere. And the same thing goes for a lot of their turn-based games. Okay, they're an RPG company. They're going to create more games. There's going to be more Final Fantasies. I'm not saying that this is the end all be all. I'm not saying that they'll never put out another Final Fantasy game that doesn't give you that opportunity or choice to play that way or whatever. But we all know, well, most of us know that Square Enix is their RPG company. They make RPG games. So they put out literally handfuls of games every year. Okay. Not just Final Fantasy games. If you guys don't know, they put out a lot of shit, and a lot of their games scale from all kind of different ranges. Some of them are turn-based, some of them are action, some of them are in between, and so on and so forth. So I'm excited for this game. 90% of the people who've gotten this news and who I've seen online have been saying the same thing, even though I don't really care what anybody else thinks on this. But still, it's good to know that I'm not the only person in the room who feels this way about this game. And I can't wait for this. I honestly can't wait. I think this release date is June 22nd. I always get that and Street Fighter 6 confused, because one of them comes out on the 2nd and one comes out on the 22nd. I think Street Fighter 6 comes out on the 2nd, June 2nd, and then this comes out June 22nd. So yeah, pockets will be hurting in June. Summer is always a good time of the year for video games. They always have smash AAA releases during the summer. It's a big part of a lot of companies who are looking forward to those conference calls with those investors, because this is the time where, you know, a lot of game companies get a chance to shine. Please don't get it twisted. Final Fantasy 16 is going to be one of those games. It's my most anticipated game of 2023 personally, and I just can't wait to play it. And then watching all the video, watching the gameplay, it just cements that even more. I cannot fucking wait for this. It's a story of revenge. I mean, basically what it is, it's a story of revenge. It's a story of loss. Square Enix is not new to, you know, dark themes in their games. I mean, even Final Fantasy 7, you have a lot of the characters who lose their life in, you know, the stories, which I think is kind of an epic thing in RPGs, when heroes die. Sometimes, because it just gives the story a little bit more weight sometimes, in my opinion. And that's just how it is. And looking at it the way I'm looking at it, we shall see, man. We shall see. I know me personally, I'm going to love this game. I'm going to pre-order it when I move. We move in a couple weeks. So I can't necessarily go to this GameStop that I used to go to all the time, because I won't be there. I won't even be near this place anymore. So got to go to the one where I'm going to be, and that's what I plan on doing for a lot of my games, guys. There's a lot of shit coming out. You got Wulong just dropped, and I can't wait to talk about that with you guys. You also have in May 12th, you have Breath of the Wild, or shall I say Tears of the Kingdom, which is the second Zelda game that's coming out there. And then let's see, May, and then you got April. April, you have the Star Wars game. May 12th, you have Zelda. And then June, you have two games, for me personally, two games, Street Fighter 6, and you have Final Fantasy 16. So yeah, June is going to be crazy. All right, June is definitely going to be crazy. It's a lot of stuff popping. So yeah, man, it's going to be great for me. I know I'm not going to be falling short of anything to play. And then at the end of this month, guys, we have Resident Evil 4. So I'll be doing stuff on that. You know, I did a lot of stuff this weekend with the PlayStation 5. I had to download some programs one program in particular for the PlayStation 5, which I had on the PlayStation 4. It's called Share Factory. If you guys aren't familiar with that, it's a program that comes natively. It's free. You don't have to pay anything. You can just download it to your system if you have a PlayStation 4 or a PlayStation 5. And it's really designed to make your game playing sharing experiences that much easier. If you're a content creator, it's really going to make your time easy with it. It definitely cuts out corners for me personally because I do a lot of video editing. To be able to edit my gameplay on the actual game system and then pull it off is amazing to me. But what's really amazing, especially if you're somebody who's really into editing, and most people who do that, there's a lot of stuff that comes with that. So for you guys that may not know, there's things like watermarks. You may see somebody's YouTube video and you may look at it and you may see like, oh, if this game channel was like I play games, you might see some sort of design, some sort of logo that says I play games. And it's kind of like a watermark on the page. So, you know, when you're on that channel, you're seeing that and they want you to know that that's what you're watching, whose video you're watching. So stuff like that, even your intros, when you go to YouTube, you know, most people, some of your favorite YouTubers and all of that, they have their little intros and outros when you log in to watch their videos, right? Well, the cool thing about this software on the PlayStation is you can literally upload your stuff, your signature. You can create a signature. Like I have a signature. I have a intro video and outro video for my channels, and I can take those, put them on a disc, put them on a thumb drive, and then move it over to the PlayStation 5. Okay. Same thing with the 4, upload them there to that software. And now whenever I get ready to pull some gameplay from my PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, I can then create my whole video. I can chop the video. I can edit the video. You can add certain things. Now, it's not a super extensive editor, but for what I'm doing, just showing gameplay and things like that, or maybe even commentating, it does all of that and then some. So that it kills a lot of time for me. So I can edit videos talking about other things on the computer, and then I can just worry about the gameplay aspects of my stuff on the PS4 or PS5. Or if I just need gameplay period to talk in the back, you know, to talk in the background and just maybe I'm having a discussion or something, easy. I just pull some gameplay from the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 and voila, you have it, magic. So I can edit pretty much a whole video on the PlayStation 4 or 5. I love that. Now I know I'm kind of drifting off from Final Fantasy 16 a little bit. I'd have to bring that up because we're playing Wulong Fallen Dynasty, and we're playing it on the Xbox though, okay, because it's on Game Pass, and I'm trying to figure out how I can get my gameplay footage off of that. I'm still struggling with the Xbox for whatever reason. Now, a friend of mine says it's not as hard as you think, so he's going to break it down but right now, as it stands, it's not easy compared to the PlayStation. You know, you got to jump through some hoops to get that gameplay off of there, and it's a pain in the ass, man. So it's going to make pulling content from the Xbox a little bit harder, in my opinion. So I'm going to try to navigate that, and hopefully I can get that fixed. But Sony's where to go when you want to edit, and if you want to use a lot of your gameplay and you want to monetize that type of stuff. That's just me. That's just me from my experiences right now. I don't understand why Microsoft doesn't have any software like this. It kind of kills me that they don't. You would think that them being a product of Microsoft, that they would have some sort of software dedicated for this very thing, and they don't have it. I'm dumbfounded sometimes. They do computers, but they're not known for that. And for them to have that software and to have it since PlayStation 4, I'm kind of lost in that. So if any of the Microsoft devs are listening, hey man, let's get some software so that all the Xbox players can edit their videos and they can do things, or at least make it easier. Okay. Because right now, as it stands, I can't just go into the Xbox and say, oh, I want to use 30 minutes of the last time that I've played, the last 30 minutes. I want to take that and record that like a DVR, low key. It doesn't have that. I don't know if it doesn't have a DVR inside of it. Is maybe that's the problem? I don't know. But I know you can do up to the last minute. So evidently it's got some sort of DVR in there, because you can at least do up to the last minute you've played. So I'm sure there's a way to extend that. And I'm hoping that they give us that option to one day get that. Oh, I can do the last 20 minutes, or at least just let me record gameplay. Let me hit the record button. Let me just play, and then let me draw off of that and then work my jelly that way. I don't know. That's all I'm saying. I went and did a minute playback. I tested it, and it was playing back in 30 frames. It wasn't even playing in 60 frames, which the game actually plays as. So I'm lost. I don't know what I'm doing. Then I'd have to take it off of there. I'd have to actually move it to a video editing software on a PC or on a Mac, and then edit it that way and bring it back up to 60 frames. That's what it's looking like for me. Would I end up doing that if I had to? Sure. But could it be easier? I would like to believe that it could. So that's just a tidbit. That's a little tangent that I was going on. But anyway, Final Fantasy 16, guys, I'm just highly excited. I cannot wait to play this. I really cannot wait. I can't wait to flesh out the story because it looks very interesting. That's all I'm saying. So get ready for that, guys. It's going to come. It's going to be here before we know it. The summer's creeping up already. So yeah, it's going to be a great summer, I think, for gaming. Anyway, let's get off of Final Fantasy 16. I just want to give you that update. Definitely check out that footage, check out the videos. All you got to do is go to YouTube, guys, and type in Final Fantasy 16, and all your dreams will come true. All right. Now, also, I wanted to talk a little bit about this game that I mentioned a long time ago. I think, man, it was like, I want to say the summer last time I talked about this game, but it should be coming up. It was supposed to come out February sometime, but I didn't hear from it. We didn't hear anything. And this happens with a lot of games, especially a lot of AA games. This looks like a AAA, but it could be AA. I'm not sure. I know it's only available for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and I want to say PC maybe. It's a game that goes by the name of Eternights. Okay, Eternights, and it is a anime game, and it involves action, super over the top, shonen type action, of course, but it also has that shit that a lot of shonen have as well, a lot of anime has as well, which is a dating sim. It's a dating sim. It's an action RPG all bottled up into one thing. And it's kind of like a harem anime low key. I mean, this is something I've been waiting on because I love harem animes, guys. If you don't know what a harem anime is, it's an anime that basically surrounds one guy and it takes him, whoever this character may be, it puts him in a world where he's being sought after by more than one female. Okay. A harem anime could just be two girls likes one guy. Okay. There you go. That's a harem. Okay. You can call it a soft harem, but usually they tend to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different females, all beautiful, all different, and they're into one guy. Okay. And how it comes that, and the guy is usually clueless of it, most of the time, and just struggles with trying to make everybody happy, because most guys, that would probably be the issue right there. But harem animes go so hard to me. I absolutely love them. And that's probably the reason why I'm really looking forward to playing this game, because you get a lot of action and you get a chance to woo a bunch of different women. Okay. And it's if you do their side quests and if you help them with their missions and stuff like that, then it kills two birds with one stone. Okay. They work with you better, and you get missions done, and also, like I said, you up the romance between you and that character. So I'm wondering if you got to choose one at the end of the game. That might be pretty hard to do, because you're not going to be able to make everybody happy. Somebody's going to be left in the cold, and that's just how it always is usually in these animes. But it is what it is, and I can't wait for this game. But anyway, the update on that game, Eternights, if you guys are curious about that game, definitely check it out. Check out the trailer for that. And it was slated for, I want to say February 9th is when it was supposed to drop, but it didn't come out. And it's saying, now they're saying summer of 2023. So there's still no concrete release date. Like I said, summer is going to be crazy. I hope it comes out maybe July or something like that, because I couldn't take another June release, because I am getting this game. I want this game. But I hope they save it for, if they're smart, they'll save it for something like July or something like that. Maybe even August. Who knows? We'll see. I'll keep you guys posted on that though. But it's definitely a game that I am really anticipating to play, and I am definitely rubbing my hands together like Birdman, waiting to add that to the collection. Next update I want to talk about swiftly, really quick, is Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. They recently confirmed something that we probably already knew, as fans of this series, is that they just basically confirmed that there's going to be DLC. Okay. I didn't buy any of the DLC on the first game. There was tons of DLC on the first game. Maybe I need to go back and take a look at some of that stuff. Probably won't end up buying anything because the next game is right around the corner, but still, maybe nice. They do DLC. They're going to be doing DLC for this one as well. And they're going to cash out on this shit, man, just like they did with the first one. And why not? That's their job. Their job is to make money. And they know that everybody, even non-Nintendo fans, know who Zelda is, know who Link is, and they're weak in the knees for him, man. So anybody who owns a Switch, usually it's almost like a package deal when you're talking about the Zelda games, okay? Especially this Breath of the Wild franchise here. If you own a Nintendo Switch and you don't have one at all game that is related to The Legend of Zelda, then you're doing it wrong. That's all I'm saying. You're doing it wrong, and you need to get your head checked. That's all I'm saying. It's one of their staples, right under Mario. If you ask me, there's Link and there's Legend of Zelda. So you really can't go wrong with that. And like I said, this game looks very ambitious, and it looks like it's going to be so much fun to play. And I can't wait. I'll be there for it. And I cannot wait. I just can't fucking wait. So be looking out for that as well. I'm going to find a way to stream, hopefully to stream this game myself, because Nintendo is a little harder. You know, you got to jump through a few more hoops to stream this type of stuff. So I'm going to try to get that down at least and give you guys some more content, because one thing I want to also add this year and do more of is more gaming content. Okay, this is a gaming podcast. I need to produce more gaming content because I play a lot of games, and monetizing that stuff is the way to go. If I don't do anything else at all, you know, all these hours that I'm playing these games here and there, I need to be uploading this for you guys. I need to be sharing some of this stuff with you guys and anybody else who has the same affinity for our love of video games. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to get down a clean protocol that I feel comfortable with, and I'm going to let it ride. Okay. Because there's a lot of stuff I want to play and I want to kind of share with you guys. Now, I'm not a guy who likes to stream necessarily live stream. Okay. I don't really live stream. If I live stream anything in the future, it will be a conversational type of thing. It won't be me trying to play a game and then try to read the comments as I'm playing games, because I wouldn't be able to enjoy the game. I wouldn't be playing to my best of my ability and all of that. So there's some people who can manage that, who can multitask like crazy, and it works for them, and that's fine. But me personally, I would do stuff where I would record my gameplay, I would commentate in the background on my gameplay, and then I would upload it to those channels. Okay. TikTok or YouTube or whatever it is, I'm going to choose to upload those to it, and you guys can come in that way. Now, if I do live stream, it'll be something like I said before. I'll have conversations. I may have an anime night or something like that, where I just come out and we talk about what we're watching, and we can kind of pick each other's brains on stuff out there that maybe we haven't seen, or maybe we have on our backlog that we didn't get a chance to get to yet, and have conversations like that. Or have a gaming night conversation where we just talk about games and what games we want to play and all of those type of things, something like that. So I'll be figuring all that stuff out, but definitely I want to do more to interact with you guys, the listeners. I think that'd be cool. I think that would really be awesome, and everybody can partake in that and everything. So yeah, man, Discord and all that stuff, man, it's a lot, but I'm going to be getting into all of that stuff. And once I do, you guys will be the first to know about it. What I want to talk about now is pretty much the last piece of the puzzle. Before I do the anime stuff, let's get that out the way. Guys, I have been watching nothing but One Piece. One Piece right now. I have a lot of animes I need to get caught up with. I need to get caught up on Boruto. I know. I need to get caught up on My Hero Academia. I know that one I'm way behind on as well. I need to get caught up on. There's a lot of them. There's a lot I need to get caught up on. Okay. I'm watching the ones also Vinland Saga. I need to catch up on that. I'm a little bit behind there. So there's some ones that I've been watching that I need to kind of get back to. Nier Automata. I'm definitely watching that. Yeah, there's a lot. I've been watching Engage Kiss. There's some out here. And then there's other ones that are coming, like other seasons to other ones that are coming out that are surprising me, because I can't keep up with everything. So, oh, did you know that so-and-so's out and that this is out? Matter of fact, The Mandalorian is also out now. I didn't get a chance to watch that yet. So the first episode came out Wednesday. So there's a lot of shows that are out that I didn't get a chance to watch. Okay. I did get to watch Chris Rock's special this past week, which was crazy, when hilarious, especially the end when he talked about the Will Smith slap. If you haven't seen that on Netflix, guys, check it out. It's there now. Yeah, it's very interesting. That's all I will say. But yeah, that's it for the anime stuff. Didn't get a chance to watch a lot. Just One Piece, taking my time with it. Really loving One Piece, man. I have to say that Frankie is an awesome character. That's a guy who's right now currently in the mix. He's playing some crazy roles. He's a cyborg of some sort. And yeah, very interesting indeed. So that's where I'm at on that. But now let's talk about the elephant in the room, the meat and potatoes of this podcast. What I really wanted to talk about is Wulong Fallen Dynasty. I want to talk about this because this is all I've been playing. A friend of mine even told me, hey, if you change your time zone to New Zealand, you can play it now, because we were going to have to play it after midnight. And he literally just changed the time zone and was able to play it like around 6 o'clock. I was like, wow, really? So I did that and it worked, which I think makes no sense. I think if it's available in one region of the country, they should allow everyone to play that. So as soon as New Zealand got the green light to go play this, it should be universal for everyone. So it should be a universal time that everybody can play it. Even though it's not midnight in our area, in our town or whatever, we should be able to play that. It's midnight somewhere. So that's what I'm saying. The first place that midnight strikes in the time zone, it should be open for everyone. But it makes no sense. I don't understand that, but whatever. I got a chance to play it early, 6 hours early. And so far, so good. Having a great time on it. Even my 9-year-old kid is having a blast with this game. Okay, I'm so serious. He was playing it and he was stuck on the first boss. I had it already ran through like the demo, which was 3 bosses. I think there's 3 bosses in the demo. So me and my friends, we did that solo, because you couldn't invite anybody in your game. So we had to beat those bosses. And then we beat the 4th boss, I think. I beat the 4th boss. And then my son was like, Dad, can you help me? I can't even get past the first boss, the first phase of the first boss. So I told him, you can do it. Look, first I had to explain to him how the game worked, and I'm going to explain that to you guys, but I broke it down to him. Once he got it, he went out there and he did it by himself. And I was so proud of him. I said, yo, you beat the first phase and the second phase. You got him. So he had to play that solo anyway before we could even jump in and play with him, help him. Because the cool thing about this game, if you guys aren't familiar with that, is that you can summon help in your game. And what I like about this game also is you can summon NPCs in your game. So you're never really alone unless you really want to be. So you can tackle anything in this game by yourself, or if you feel you need help, you can bring in up to two different NPCs for you, and they can help you. And each NPC specializes in different things. So it's kind of like a side weapon, if that makes sense. If you can find a NPC that has lightning, there's this female who she does a lot of lightning, a lot of AoE type damage, and I'm going to be using her, but I have to beat this other stage first because I want her outfit and I want her stuff. The cool thing also about this game is that the NPCs that you play with, they have a companion system, if that makes sense, where the longer you play with them, the better they get. Their cap is level 10. So once you get to level 10 on that system, what happens is they get good. They fight better for you. They fight better with you. Once you reach level 10, you get their gear. They basically give you a replication of their gear and weapons. So you get that stuff, and you can still go in on top of that and do more. And I'll get to that too as well. But the game is really awesome, man. It's the same people it's Team Ninja, the same people who did the Neo series. If you're not familiar with Neo 1 or Neo 2, awesome games. Also excellent, especially Neo 2. You definitely would want to go check those games out. If you're into like the Dark Souls type games, if you're in for a challenge, if you love your challenges, then these games are that's what they are. If you're a stickler for punishment, guys, this is definitely going to be one of those games for you. Okay. But it's definitely fair as well. I will say that because the play style of this game it's really an emphasis. They put a heavy emphasis on parrying, the parry system. Now, the first game that might come to most of you guys' minds, I know mine does, is Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, where your parry game has to be on point. Okay. And this is something like similar to that. I haven't even played Sekiro yet. That's one that I've got on my bucket list that I just haven't played yet, that I definitely want to get to eventually. But yeah, this here is awesome game, and the parry system plays a big part in this. But parry windows are definitely generous enough. They're fair. They're not going to have you pulling out your hair saying, "Oh my God, this is." Now you will be doing that in certain bosses just cause, but there's always a way to get that boss out of there. Okay. There's so much in this game, yet it's really simple when you break everything down in certain aspects. But it can also be very deep if you want it to be that as well. So they really want you to focus on different builds in this game. You can literally go and create whatever build you want. You can respec your character at no cost. Most games will charge out the ass for that feature. They'll make you pay a ridiculous amount of money to respect your character and all that. They don't do that here, which is awesome. Once you get all that unlocked, you have to go through some shit just to unlock all that. Okay, you have to go through, I think, 5 bosses. I think, yeah, 5 different bosses before you can even access all of this and before the game really opens up. Okay, because you have to unlock this place called the Hidden Village. And to do that, you have to go through some shit to access that. Okay. And then you have to do one more +1 to be able to respec your character. But once you do that, the game really opens up, and it's awesome because you can really make your build the way you want it. And every time you go out and kill enemies, they usually drop something, whether it's a piece of armor, whether it's a weapon sometimes, and all of that is currency. So you can spend that on whatever you want to spend it on. You can spend it or sell it, shall I say, for cash. Okay. Or you can salvage it and you can get this other currency, which will allow you to move your stuff around. Okay, I guess make your builds that you want to make. So most of the weapons that you find out there are going to be low rank weapons, but you're going to get some good drops as well. So what I end up doing is just it's 1 to 4 stars. So if I get 1 star, 2 stars, usually those are just I sell them or I break them down, salvage them or whatever. And those weapons, every weapon comes with certain stats. Okay, the higher the star rating, the more stats that it has, the more passive stats that weapon has on it. So you can literally go in on a weapon that, excuse me, guys, you can literally go in on a weapon that you like and say you find a 4-star sword, right? And it has these passives on it. You can trade out 3 of the 4 passives on that. Okay. The first one that comes on each weapon, you cannot remove it, is on that weapon. So, but everything else you can remove. And you can change them. So you can literally say, okay, I want this to do fire damage. You can put fire damage on that. I want this to do something else, and so on and so forth. So you can spec out each piece. Your weapons, you have 2 weapons at all times at your disposal. So you can swap out between 2 weapons at all times. You can put it on those weapons. You can put it on your armor sets, which is your chest piece, your pants, your wrists, and your head. Okay. So you can deck out all of that in whatever build you want, and then also taking the fact that you have your witchcraft or your sorcery or your spells, your spell casting stuff as well. So there's lots of different builds. Electricity, there's fire, there's earth, there's poison, there's metal. There's a lot of shit. Okay. And this is all awesome. So if there's a boss giving you trouble, okay, and he's a fire guy, you need to fucking create a character or create a build with an outfit that's designated to go in and deal with people who dish out a lot of fire damage. Okay. And then there's also things you can buy, edibles, which you can take and will negate a lot of that damage as well. So you can really come in together and put some stuff together and go in and get what you need to get to go out there. So I'm currently working on that. I just finished the second build earlier today, and I'm going to be making a few more of these, which is fun, and get ready to go out here. I just finished a lightning build. So going to see what that's about. And then I'm going to see what else I can do out here in these Wulong streets. But there's a lot of dope shit going on here, guys. Like I said, my son beat that first boss. Then me and a friend of mine, we joined his game. We all went through and got him caught up. So we beat all the bosses and then some to get him current to where I'm at now. And the cool thing about this game also is if you join someone's game and play with them and you guys fight a boss, you get credit for that boss. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I went into somebody else's world and beat your boss and for you, but then I went back to my world and now someone has to come into my world and we have to do it all over again. Like you had, those are there are certain games that you had to do that with. And I could think of a few. Okay, Elden Ring is one of them. So you don't have to worry about that. That's the cool thing about this. But they're not dumb either, okay? So they're going to scale. So if you have people who you invite into your game, they're going to scale the difficulty. So it's definitely hard. It's definitely some struggles. Like it was late. It was like 4 a.m. or something like that last night. And we were up against the wall. We were hitting the wall on this boss and I was getting sleepy. My son was getting sleepy because he was delirious and he was falling off cliffs and he was doing all this crazy stuff. And, kids, they don't want to admit when they're sleepy, and then as soon as he we got off, he said, I'm going to bed, because we were supposed to watch this movie, and he was just out of there. So he went to sleep. So yeah, so, I gave up as well. I was like, yo, we tried him. Let's come back fully energized the next day. And so hopefully tonight, my goal is to go take this boss out and maybe even a couple more. And then when I play with my son next time, when I got some ample time, we can walk him through and get him caught up as well. It's fun to do that. But you can also get invaded in these games too. Please don't get it twisted. You can get invaded. I have been invaded, and you can get invaded by NPCs and or real players. And I have had both of those things happen. So it adds some additional spice to that. Okay. And that's fun thing as well. So just keep that in mind. Be on your P's and Q's, because these games are not for the faint at heart. Okay. But it can be done. It's a fair game. I think it's really fair. I hear a lot of people talking really, really greasy on, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, and there's a couple other games that people say are very hard, and rightfully so. I mean, Elden Ring is another one of those that are there's some challenging games out here, man. But I really believe that this system that they have in place is a really awesome system. I really like their parry system. I really like how it works. I really like the freedom of the builds you can make, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this. And there's a lot of stuff to do also after New Game Plus. So there's a lot to look forward to on that as well. So that's all I've been playing. And this is on the Game Pass, which I'm playing it on. And like I said, the Game Pass is really, really hitting its stride right now for me. This last couple of months, you have this, you have Monster Hunter Rise on there. Also, you have Atomic Heart, which I'm playing, which I've been playing as well, but I've been playing that slowly in bits and pieces because, like I said, I've been playing a lot of Wulong Fallen Dynasty. So I'll be going back and forth to those, jumping throughout and playing those games. So yeah, man, it's a great time to be on Game Pass. That's all I'm going to say. This is the most I think I've ever played my Xbox in this period of time. It's just crazy. My Xbox, my controller died twice on me. It's never died on me before. I've never played it long enough to where my shit has died and I had to recharge it. So this is the first. Xbox is like, what the fuck is going on with you, man? Like, no Nintendo, no Sony. So yeah, so I'm giving my PlayStation a break, man, a little bit. I've been playing some, like I said, a little bit of that. I've been playing some UFC, which is I'm enjoying the story mode on that stuff and cool. But I probably won't pick up the PlayStation again for a little while, and it'll probably be Resident Evil 4 for that, for sure. So be looking out for some Resident Evil 4 content coming to the Random Gameplay Pimpin' channel, guys. Definitely. I'll keep you guys posted on that. I'll be playing through some of that stuff and taking out key moments of that if you guys want to check that shit out. Okay. But yeah, man, I mean, that's Wulong for you. I mean, in a nutshell, there's more to it than that, but it's definitely a dope backdrop. It's got a Chinese backdrop, Chinese history. If you're familiar with the games back in the day, the Dynasty Warrior series, there's a lot of these characters. I want to say it's almost taken out of the universe. Like, I mean, it makes me feel like, yo, this is coming straight out of the universe of this, because there's a lot of characters who you recognize and stuff like that. So it's kind of made me want to go back and play some of the Dynasty Warriors games, to be honest with you. But yeah, this game is awesome. I highly recommend this game if you're into an action oriented game, RPG. It's very tough. It's a tough game. It's up there with the Souls-like game. So when you hear that stuff, it's true. And I recommend playing it, guys. I think that one other thing I'll say before I get off of here is about this game is the cool thing that I also like about this is you can grind to your heart's content. So you can literally grind your ass out until you're good enough to, get through the game. And the main thing that separates this game from everybody else is the flag system. There's a flag system in this game. So they'll put you in a map. Okay. It's a pretty decent sized map. And there's enemies, of course, all around you. Okay. And you can take different routes. So you can say, okay, I'm going to go here, or I could go left, or I could go right, or some shit like that. Right. Now, the key is you want to capture flags. Okay. Each flag you capture, you will build up your momentum. Okay. And the higher your morale system, we'll just call it morale system. The higher your morale system is, the more damage you will do and the less damage you will take. Okay. So you start out with 0, nothing. All right. You kill an enemy, you get a little bit. You get like, a small smidget, and so on and so forth. So each enemy you kill, you might get 3 or 4 guys running around. Okay. You got a little bit of that. But once you get the flags, those are permanent. So, oh, I found my first flag. Okay, I got one morale. Okay, then I found another one. There's big flags and there's smaller flags. Okay, I found another one. So say you got 3 or 4 flags down. Okay, your morale score is now a 6. Okay, now since your morale score is a 6, you're going to see a lot of enemies out here that have 4 or 5. You're going to see some out there who have like 12, 13. And if you run into those, you can say, oh shit, his morale score is 13. I'm only 6. I think I'll go another route and try to find another way to try to get another flag to get myself a little bit stronger. And that's pretty much how it's made and how it's played. You do not want to go with 0 morale, no flags. You do not try to want to run into a boss run and run straight through everybody and try to fight them. You're going to get killed. You're going to get murdered. You're going to get one-shotted. That's how it works. Okay. So it's a combination of setting up those flags, because if you set up enough flags, say you have 8 flags down and now your morale score is like a 15. Okay. You'll forever be at least a 15. So you don't have to worry about dropping below 15 if you die, because you already laid those flags down. Another caveat, shall I say, of this game that makes it interesting is the fact that you can also kill enemies, like I stated before, and get your morale up higher than that. So the key is leveling up your character, okay, at these flags, which you can do in any flag you find. With all the big flags, you can level up your characters. If you have enough points and you don't want to lose them if you die, you level that character up. But the combination of that level and the morale system is what you need to progress, okay? So you have to, you want to do that. That's how you want to keep it. All right. Now, if you die, you're going to get moved to the flag that the very first beginning flag of the stage. Now you'll still have your points, but you're going to have to get back to that other area and get closer to the boss. So you're going to have to go through all those enemies. You can run through them if you want, but you're going to have to get there. Okay. And some of these bosses, they have mini bosses in here that are blocking, like these black dragons and these other fuckers in here. So you gotta navigate correctly. Okay. It's so refreshing, is what I can say. It's just really so refreshing. You definitely want to be the best person you can be on there. Now, there's things you can buy and things you can add to your repertoire to make it easier for you. There's these things you can have and on you where if you die, you will automatically go and wake up at the same place. If you're worried about having to go all the way back to the beginning, you won't have to do that. All you got to do is farm these, craft these. You can buy them actually if you want, and you can use these at your disposal. And like I said, also, if there's a boss that you're going up against who's a fire person or electricity person, you can go ahead and make you a build, create a build from scratch if you want, and designate it to take on that boss. So you can buff up all of your electricity negation on there, and whatever he's opposite to, whatever he's weak to, you build around that, and you go in and you take him out the game. So there's ways, trust me, there's all kind of ways, and I love that. So I'm having a blast with this stuff, guys. I'm loving it, and I'll keep you guys posted next week on my time with Wulong Fallen Dynasty. With that being said, that's going to do it for the show. I'm going to bow out gracefully. I want to thank everybody for listening, downloading, streaming the podcast. If you want to show more love, or if you're interested in Dragon Ball things like me, then you might want to check out my website at dragonballdrip.com. You can go there. You can check out the merch. You can buy a hoodie, you can buy, a coffee mug or a t-shirt, and anything you buy there will definitely go towards helping out the show. More stuff coming, more designs coming soon. Like I said, there's a lot on my plate now, but I'm moving. In about a month or so, I'll be comfortable where I'm at. I'll have everything like moving around like clockwork again, and then we can readdress that situation. But also be looking out for my TikToks, guys. Go to the Random Gameplay Pimpin' TikTok. Go ahead and subscribe to that. Go ahead and to the Random Gameplay Pimpin' YouTube channel. Subscribe there. Got content there. I do a lot of video game trailers there. So if you're interested and you want to see some stuff that maybe you didn't know about, go ahead and check it out there. There's always trailers on that channel. And I also do discussion videos and also clips from this very show you can catch there as well. So all of that stuff will be there on that channel. And then coming very soon to that channel is going to be a lot more gameplay, okay, from certain games. So you're going to be able to catch me playing certain things, commentating throughout the game sometimes, and just, walking and taking a journey with me as I play some of my favorite video games. Okay. With that being said, I'm going to get out of here. Also, let me add this. I'll be looking out for TikTok. I have a TikTok on the way coming out. It's going to be called Anime Campfire. That's going to be coming out in the next couple of months. So be looking out for that. I'll definitely keep you posted there. That's a specialty in anime. Definitely. So all my anime fans out there, we can rejoice and talk. And I want to try to do something for my anime fans as well, man. Like I said, I want to have conversation with you guys about your favorites. I want to talk about stuff that I haven't seen. I want to talk about stuff that you haven't seen, all of that and everything in between. So I look forward to all of that with you guys. With that being said, now I'm going to get out of here. I love you all. Thank you so much for your support. This is your boy, Studio MacGyver, and you have been listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'. See you next time.